Welcome to Chef Richard's Kitchen. I'm Chef Richard Miller. Today I want to make a Mexican dish, very common as tacos, and almost everyone loves tacos. Today I want to take and make a different kind, not necessarily the chicken or the hamburger or whatever that we usually see. What I want to do today is I want to make a honey chipotle shrimp taco. And with this, I want to use a lime-based dressing in slaw with onion on the top of it. So let's get started, and the first thing we're going to do is let's start out with our slaw. And what I've done is I've got about 4 cups of shredded red cabbage. Can you use green? Absolutely. The only thing is, I kind of like a little color distinction in mine, kind of a little contrast. So if I were to use green cabbage, I'd probably use red onion in there. Since I'm using red cabbage, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just using regular yellow onion in here. So first step we'll do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to make our slaw. We're going to go ahead and put that in, toss it, put it in the refrigerator, let the flavors meld for a while. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to heat our tortillas. I'm going to put the tortillas in my air fryer, which is also a dehydrator, reheater, and about anything else you can think of. We're going to put it about 200 degrees just to keep them warm. Then we're going to come back and we're going to make our tacos. So we're going to make our shrimp and we're going to make our honey chipotle sauce. And finally, after that, we're going to plate it and we're going to enjoy it. So let's get started with the slaw. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to put the onion, and this is about half of an onion, chopped fairly fine. And I'm going to mix the dressing, the lime dressing, in a bowl, and that's just because it'll be easier to mix it and whisk it here than it would be with everything in there. So let's start out with about 1/4 cup of olive oil. Probably a couple of tablespoons or so of lime juice. I got a lemon in my head somewhere today, but it isn't. We're making lime slaw. I want to take and I want to add a couple of teaspoons of lime zest. Now be careful when you zest your lime, because you want to get the green zest in there, but you don't want to get that white pith underneath of it, because that's very, very, very bitter. All right? And finally, about 1/4 cup of cilantro chopped up. All right, we'll go ahead and whisk this. And I want to put in a little salt and pepper. Okay, now, remember, taste it. A little more salt. Excellent. All right, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to put this on our slaw. And we're going to take our tongs and we're going to toss this. Now this is going to give us a contrast with a little crunch because I'm using soft flour tortillas on this. The shrimp is going to be very soft, so this will give a contrast in the texture of it, and it'll give a little crunch. So let's go ahead and let's put a little plastic wrap over it. I'm going to put this in the refrigerator, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set up, and let's start warming up our tortillas, and then we'll make our tacos. So hang in there, we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. I have my skillet on the induction. I've got it set to probably a medium high heat. I've gone ahead and I've put some olive oil in the bottom of this, and I've got 8 tortillas. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to heat them, kind of fry them on both sides, and then I'm going to put them on the rack here, stick them over in the little dehydrating oven, and then we're going to go ahead and just hold them there while we make the filling. Okay, you see the tortillas start to brown and they're bubbling a little, so it's just about time to take them out. All right. Put just a little more oil in there. We'll put the next one in. You should actually hear them kind of sizzle like they would if you were putting them in a frying pan, which is exactly what you are. Little piece broke off. I'm taking it out so it doesn't start burning and charred black. Okay, they're pretty much all heated right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put them in the reheat or the heating oven or the warming oven over here. And I'm going to get set up, and we're going to come back. We're going to make our shrimp filling, and then we're going to go ahead and plate. So stick around. I'll be right back. All right, we've got our slaw made and in the refrigerator. We've got the tortillas heated and they're in the warmer. So now let's go ahead and let's make the shrimp with honey chipotle filling. Now what I want to do is I want to take and prepare some shrimp. And what I want to do is I just went ahead and I cooked these, deshelled them, pulled off the tail, and just cooked them until they're just pink. And I want to take a few of them and I'm going to cut them up. And these will be the ones we'll kind of put in the taco, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to leave some of these that we're also going to heat up in there. And those are going to be what we're going to top them with. When we plate them, we're going to plate them with a couple of different things for garnish. And one of them is going to be a whole shrimp. Okay. Now let me go ahead and when I had these in the refrigerator before I went ahead and to prepare them, they lost a little of their juice in here. So let me pour that out because we don't want a lot of that extra. There. Okay. All right. Our pan is heating up, so let me go ahead and let me put our shrimp in. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to let it saute here for just a little bit. Kind of get a little of that extra liquid off of it. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to put our sauce on there and we're going to mix it all together. Then we're going to make our tacos. Then it'll be time to plate. Okay, these have sauteed pretty well. Now let's go ahead and let's put our honey chipotle sauce in. You see, most professional chefs, flip this to stir it. I'm not that good. So, rather than end up with this all down my front, let me go ahead and just stir it this way. Okay, the liquid in this is reducing very well. It's thickening up. Turn the heat down just a little bit. Now put our whole shrimp in. Okay, now we've gone ahead and we have our filling made. We got to taste it. So let's make sure that, our flavor is good. Needs a little salt. Makes all the difference in the world. It has a very mellow taste in it. It has heat afterwards, and what I mean by a mellow is the adobe sauce and the chipotle has been tempered by the honey that we put in here. And so it isn't sweet, it isn't hot, it's well blended. And with the chipotle in there, that gives it a little heat. So you taste it, and you can go ahead and taste the different flavors in there, but at the same time, you know, it gives you a little after a moment. It kind of comes at you just after a few seconds, then it comes and you can feel the heat. And that's kind of the way I really like it. So let's go ahead and let's call this a success. Now it's ready to plate. So let me be right back. Okay, let's go ahead and plate our tacos. So the first thing let's do is let's take a couple of these and I put them in this taco rack here. And I do that just simply because it's so much easier to go ahead and make your tacos if something's holding them upright. So right now I want to take and I want to put a little of our filling in here. I want to take and I want to put a little of our slaw on top. All right. Now I want to plate just a little bit of Mexican rice. And for you people that haven't seen the episode where I made Mexican rice, go back and watch it. It's just a real short episode. Now I'm going to take and I'm going to put that whole piece of shrimp on top of that. And we can do one of two things. Either we can put that in and just have it hold it, or we can go ahead and we can take our tacos just like this and put them in. I'm going to take a little cotija. I believe that's how it's pronounced, C-O-T-I-J-A. Little cotija cheese and sprinkle it on the top. Now, some of you may want to put a little crema, a little sour cream, a little Mexican crema on there, and that's fine. That's fine. Go ahead and do it. If you want to put a little extra cheese, if you want to put some, take a little extra cilantro and put it on there. It's all fine. Any way you want to do this is great. So let's go ahead and I'm going to put probably a lime. A lime slice. A little cilantro down here. And here we have it. You know. Here we have our honey chipotle shrimp tacos. We have our crunchy lime slaw on top of it with a little rice. So give it a try. I've tried this before. It tastes very, very good. I ask you to try it. Give it a try, see what happens. One last thing we got to do, and you know how I'm always a stickler about this. Taste it. And if you serve this to your guests and it tastes half as good as this does, you got a winner. So go ahead and give this a try. Let me know in the comment section or leave me an email at chefrdmiller@att.net and let me know how it comes out. Let me know what people say when you make it. I'm always interested in hearing about that. So until next time, take care. God bless. Once again, thank you for tuning into my episode. Make sure if you give it a thumbs up, subscribe is even better. And remember, cooking is always supposed to be fun. I'll see you next episode. Bye for now.